Ladies and gentlemen, hello, this is your host Selma Mouloudj from Algerian Youth Voices. Today's podcast is different. We have an exclusive interview with the awesome American band Piph and Tomorrow Maybe. They came to Algeria and performed in two different cities, Tlemcen and Algiers. The band is composed of 5 members, Biff, Lucas, Paul, Dre and Correy. First of all, let's discover the rapper of the band, Piph.
What's good? This is Epiphany, also known as Big Piff or Piph, and I'm here on this wonderful podcast. Yay.
Welcome to Algeria, Piph.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
I'm sure our listeners want to know everything about Piph, so when did you first start singing?
I first became an MC almost like about a decade ago, and I was horrible. I wasn't good at all. But I knew that if I stay with it and practice, I get a lot better and be able to make like some great music one day.
I'm wondering if Piph was a teen when he started singing.
Nah, I wish. I didn't start, I started for real rapping when I was about 19, 20, so it was a little bit later. I never really rapped for real before that. I freestyled a little bit, but never was serious about it till a little bit in college.
Usually singers have some musical inspirations.
Actually, so crazy enough, I wasn't inspired by anybody famous. There was 2 rappers, one from where I'm from in Pine Bluff, and he got me kind of like to love rap. He introduced me to a lot of different rappers, and I learned from them. And another dude in college got me to freestyle. I don't know, you familiar with freestyling?
Yeah, of course.
Cool. So he got me into freestyling, and between those 2 influences, they got me to like get inspired and get into a lot of just different rappers and also just musicians, and I just learned from there.
Piph is talented, and the idea of starting a band came into his mind.
Well, honestly, after I kind of fell in love with rap, I started growing and fell in love with the art of performing. And I actually was in college, and I was getting job offers, but it hit me. I was in Toledo working for General Motors, and it hit me that I would rather pursue that what I love and I'm passionate about for the rest of my life over what I'm so quote unquote supposed to do. And I knew I could do things within music and outside of music if I pursue this vision. And that was kind of the beginning of it. And that's why I chose the name Epiphany, which is kind of like, sudden divine revelation. And that was like my epiphany. Yeah.
That's unique.
Yeah. That's where it came from. And the band I was watching a show one day, and there was a band on stage that was performing after me. And like when I performed, it was a cool light crowd. But when they performed, like everybody went up there, right? So my goal after that day was to make my stage performance so good that it would be hard for anybody to perform after me, right? So it's like basically make it hard for people to perform after me. And one of the ideas I got was to form a band because it just adds to the musicality, adds to the stage presence, and just makes it that much better. So I started getting the band after that.
The destiny gathered him with the other amazing members and made a real awesome band.
I had a first band and they were cool, but then it was kind of like slowly but surely, like a few of them had to leave or do different things. So I met Lucas first because he was a mutual friend. Lucas came in the band and was a great addition to it. And also it was cool at the time because like Lucas was like underage and he liked it a lot because we would go to just different bars and clubs and he would probably partake of the fermented nectar. But so he came on first, and then there was these 2 cats I went to church with who like never spoke to me. Like, I would try to I was like that kid trying to like get their attention, like, hey guys, remember me? I rap. Yeah, exactly. Hey, I would like jump up over the fence and try to say hi, and then they would never speak to me. But one day they was like, hey man, if you ever have a performance, we'll play for you. And I thought they were joking, but like 1-2 years later, I had a performance and I asked them to play, and I honestly, sincerely thought they were gonna say no, and they both played, and then we brought in 2 singers. And then since then, we've been performing ever since then. So that was about 4 or 5 years ago. And then lastly, there was I had a steady keyboardist, but he was I had to travel a lot. And there was this cat. So I trust Correy and Paul a lot. And I asked them just reference of who they thought was a good keyboardist. And they told me about this cat named Dre. And I was like, man, his name sounds dope. So I was like, man, let's try him out. And Dre came in there. And like I don't think he spoke to me either actually till about the 3rd show, but he came in, man, and he was a dope performer as well. And ever since then, we've been jamming out, all 7 of us, and I don't regret any of them joining. And they all add so much to the band that they make me look like way better than what I am. I'm very extra regular, but when I'm with the band, I have an S on my chest.
People listen to different kind of music. What does Piph listen to?
So of course I listen to a lot of rap. But honestly, I listen to most. Yeah, I listen a lot of soul like from the Motown era still. A lot of that's because I'm trying to learn a lot from it. Then I listen to alternative. I listen to kind of everything except bluegrass. I can't get into bluegrass country, but and like death metal, like where they just do that like thing that hurts their larynx. I can't really do into that. But other than that, I just actually like music. I like good music, and despite whatever genre it is, I'll go ahead and check it out.
And does Biff play any musical instruments?
Yeah, so I played bass, but like I don't play any instrument right now. And I keep flirting with the idea that I'm gonna learn something, because one thing about really good musicians, they like really don't respect a lot of people who don't play music. And luckily my band respects me. Well, 5 out of 6 of them respect me, but I flirt with the ideas of like learning how to learn to read and taking some classes. But right now we're just kind of too busy, and I haven't picked anything up. But when I do get a chance, like a lot of times in sound checks, the band will just play, and I'll just try to observe and learn different aspects of like what they're doing. So more so the psychology and the theory of it. So although I don't play, I would like to think I'm a little bit musically inclined.
Where would you most like to perform?
Like you mean like country or like?
As your
just I would love to have a sold out show at Madison Square Garden.
Which famous musicians do you admire?
So actually, all right. So I'm a huge fan of Aretha Franklin, Donny Hathaway, Stevie Wonder, and I would still holler at Anita Baker. Like she's like 85, but I promise I would love her. Something tender. Then besides that, I'm a big Prince fan. In terms of like, you probably want some rappers too. Some rappers I like a lot are Andre 3000 from Outkast, Jay Nas, Scarface, Outkast, Bun B. Yeah, a lot of people.
Competitions are known in the music world.
Like rap battles?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So I did.
Prizes?
Yeah, I did one rap battle. So rap battle is like a whole different type thing. So it's way different from performing. So this is the real incredible freestyle named Mr. FAB. And I was in San Francisco, and I was just amped. Like I was like, man, I'm gonna just get up here and eat them. That's what you say, pause. Yeah, just eat the mic alive, right? And so I cleaned it up. I was gonna do real well, all right. And so I went up there, and like the first time we went head to head, and like I went one dude and I won. And I got up there and went with this other dude, and he straight up like embarrassed me. Like it was embarrassing. And I'm a prideful dude, so I just like went home and never will battle again. Like battling is horrible. It's just not what I do. So I like make music to try to engage people, and I'm not good at battling. So you got to know what you're good at and what you're not good at, and I'm not good at battling. Yeah, I'm sorry to disappoint you again.
No, you're not disappointed me. Thank you for being so honest.
Please respect me.
Yeah, I'm respecting.
Thank you. All right.
Mistakes can be made on the stage.
So the thing is, you just act like you did not make a mistake, right? So the crowd reacts like a lot of for confidence. So if you make a mistake and look like you made a mistake, then the crowd knows it, right? But even if they know the music, you just act like almost you didn't do it. So a lot of times, if I make a mistake, I will flip it and like freestyle or do something else to make it look like that was intended. Now, the band calls me out every time. It'll be like other day, like I was missing my cues, and like Paula called me out. But the thing is, like, you don't know what my cues are. So it's like, to you, I'm dope, right? To Paula, I suck. Yeah, exactly. So just act confident, and then practice afterwards so you don't make the same mistake, and it's good. Yeah. Attempt to be.
Does Piph encourage his band?
Nah, there's no need to encourage. Yeah. So no, honestly, there's no need. Like honestly, all jokes aside, like a band is very good at what they do. They're very confident. So we just kind of like have a good time beforehand, and we all respect each other and what each other does. So we know that Correy knows Lucas is gonna do what he needs to do. Lucas knows Paul's gonna handle something. Paul knows Dre. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like it's a trust. So there's no need really to amp each other up. It's kind of like we feed off each other on the shows. I sometimes get upset that I don't get to watch the band, like, because I'm rapping. Because a few times I get to turn around, I love like the interaction, the way they just feel certain parts and what to do. Like even though we practice it, you could tell like it's just vibing off each other. So Cool, he said it earlier, like we really feed off each other and just like vibe and grow off each other. So it's not too much of trying to hype up the band. We just help each other out. If someone makes a mistake, we cover for them. You know what I'm saying? We're a unit out there where there's no individual players. We're a unit.
What advice would you give to the beginners?
Honestly, find your voice, right? And by voice, I mean find out who you are in the music, right? So I think we were talking about a little earlier. A lot of people try to emulate and imitate people they like. And that's actually cool when you're first starting out trying to figure out. But immediately after, when you've done that enough and experimented enough, it's like find out. I had to find who Piph was in music, and then I express that each time. And once you do that, that's kind of where the confidence comes from, because I understand who I am and how to express myself. So it's really just find yourself in the music and as a person, and then just do that. Like, who cares about what anybody else thinks?
Okay, so just follow what you love, right? For example, there are some people who are studying something, and they want maybe to be musicians or actors, but they...
Yeah, so to a high regard, like so it's not just find what you love, but find out what's special about that love to you. So it's kind of like, because a lot of people could love the same thing, but each one should be individually different. And when you find out what's specific to yourself, like completely explore that, and then surround yourself with people who challenge and improve you, right? So it's kind of like I found my voice as a solo artist, and now I'm around like phenomenal musicians and singers, and they honestly just make me better. Like I get mad, like I see them and they're so good, and I'm gonna retract this later because I don't like complimenting them, but like they're so good, they honestly make me want to be a better like rapper. Like I want to know more about music. I want to be better at my flows because they are great. Yeah. I enjoyed this. Appreciate it. For sure.
Now, let's discover who is Lucas. Hello, welcome to Algerian Youth Voices.
Hello. Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm the guitarist. I'm actually holding a guitar right now. You can hear it. Sounds good through this microphone.
Really nice.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Lucas isn't the guitarist of the band only.
I actually am keeping a blog of our journey, so I am kind of the journalist of the group.
Lucas is the youngest musician of the band.
I joined about 6 years ago. What would that be? 2009?
And you were underage as Biff.
I was 19, so I was really excited to get to go to the bars and hang out with people who were older than me.
Oh, how did you start playing guitar?
I transferred from piano when I was 10. I started playing piano when I was 8. And then I started taking guitar lessons from this crazy old hippie in America and I've just been playing ever since.
Does anyone in your family plays guitar?
No one in my family played guitar. I just kind of had a crazy attraction to the guitar from a young age. I didn't even really know many guitarists. I just liked the instrument. I saw a guitar. I liked how it sounded. It wasn't until I started taking lessons that I started to actually learn guitarists who played. So
Lucas, which famous musicians do you admire?
I admire a lot of different famous musicians. My favorite right now is Kendrick Lamar, actually, which is funny because I don't even remotely do what Kendrick Lamar does. He's a rapper, but I love his music. I think it's very, he has excellent taste, and also just his words are so true to himself. And so I think he's an artist right now that's a little bit mainstream, who is completely doing what he wants to do. So that's why I like him.
Okay, so what are your plans for the future with the band?
Nothing really specific other than just progress. I'm really happy in my musical life if I'm just constantly progressing with the craft and the artistry and financially, to be honest.
Okay, so you want to pursue all your life as a guitarist, right?
I'm not sure. I mean, I would like to be on many different sides of music. I really just love music, and guitar is what I think I'm best at right now, so that's sort of where I fit into bands. But I would like to write music, compose it for, film, maybe. But I love playing shows right now, so that's what I like to do.
This is nice.
Yeah.
This is really nice. Okay, thank you so much, Lucas.
Thank you, Selma.
Thank you. Now, Paul's turn. Hello, Paul.
Hi.
Hello, welcome to the Algerian Youth Voices.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Welcome to Algeria too.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here. I'm actually the drummer. I just play the drums. That's it. I'm also in graduate school, so I'm working on my master's in entertainment business.
Drumming takes time to excel.
I started playing the snare drum in middle school, so around the 7th grade. And from there, I was actually a singer in the choir, and I played snare. I was the captain of the percussion section. And so when I got to high school, I was in the gospel choir, and the drummer didn't show up. They asked me to play the drums, so I actually started playing the drums. It was like my 10th grade year of high school, and I messed up the concert a little bit, but I kept at it, and that's just kind of how I picked up the drum set. So that's how I picked it up.
Okay, so can you tell us what kind of music do you listen to?
I listen to all styles of music. R&B and gospel are probably my favorite. That and hip hop, pretty much because I grew up listening to all of them. But I have an appreciation for all styles.
Who would you most like to open for?
Who would I most like to open for? Well, that's a good question, because there's so many people who I really look up to. I would have to say Snarky Puppy, although I wouldn't even want to play. I wouldn't even want to be on the same show with them. But just to, I guess, the hype of it, because they are pretty much the best band that I feel is out right now, talent wise. I mean, they have the complete package. And so, I mean, I guess to just be asked to open up for somebody like that would be an honor.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's jump to Dre now and discover his role in the band.
I play the keyboards. I play the piano and the synthesizer.
Okay, do you create your own music?
I have, yes, I do. But, you know, my role in the band is, you know, it's like the foundation. You know, me and Lucas pretty much go hand in hand. You know, I play the chords, and sometimes Lucas play chords, or I'm playing individual parts. So
Dre comes from a big family.
Well, I come from a big family. You know, all my family, they either sing, they play instruments.
So you have a musical family.
Yeah, I have a real big musical family. So, you know, I got it honestly. But I've known Correy and Paul the longest, you know, and as far as me coming into the group, so, you know, I'm only 2 years in, so.
So you are new in the band.
I'm new in the band, yeah. I'm the baby boy of the band.
Nice to meet you, baby boy.
There you go.
Dre was inspired by a lot of people.
Musical inspirations, I have a lot of them. You know, I can't just focus on one because I have a lot of them. You know, I like Stevie Wonder.
Stevie Wonder?
Yeah, you know Stevie Wonder.
Of course, I know him. We are the world, we are the children.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I like that song.
Aretha Franklin. There's a lot of people out there, you know. I like the whole Motown swag, so.
Dre likes all type of music.
I like all types of music, you know, country, jazz, classical, gospel, R&B, folk. I like it all.
Dre has an advice to give for our young musicians.
Advice I would give to beginners is study your craft real well. Practice a lot. Yeah, practice a lot. Even when you think you know it all, you don't know it all. I'm learning every day. I'm learning something different every day as far as music is concerned. And there's still some things musically that I'm learning.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Andre.
Thank you again.
Andre.
There you go, French.
Thank you, yeah, Andre.
They call me Frenchie.
Yeah, French guy. We're two French guys. And our last guest is Correy. So when did Correy join Big Piph and Tomorrow Maybe band?
Yeah, so it's been about 4 years.
4 years. And what is your job? What do you do in the band?
I'm the bass player.
The bass player.
Yeah.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah.
So how did you start playing this instrument?
I actually started playing drums first when I was a kid. I didn't get to playing bass until I was like 15, 16 years old. Everyone in my family plays. So they were wanting my generation of the grandkids to start a band. So everybody, had to kind of pick what they wanted to play. Everybody played drums, so, it just kind of moved me over to bass. My family had a band that we played around locally. I played in church always. Yeah. Actually, me and Paul, we were a part of a couple bands together. So, yeah, it was a few bands.
Correy is influenced by many musicians.
A lot of musicians, a lot of singers. It's a long list. It's like not one particular person.
Name some names?
As far as what, musicians, singers?
Both.
Musicians like James. You don't know James Jameson. All the Stevie Wonder songs that you listen to.
Yeah, Stevie.
Yeah, this James Jameson on bass. Yeah, so him, of course, Stevie, all the Motown cats, Al Green, Marvin Gaye, Motown era. My parents always had music playing. So that whole Motown era probably influenced me the most because, in my opinion, it's the most musical.
What do you practice? Exercises, new tunes, hard tunes? Do you exercise this?
Yeah, absolutely. So scales, anything that's dealing with music theory. I go back, listen to old records. I'll practice that. I'll practice new records or new like pop tunes to kind of stay current. Just everything because we play so much music.
I wish you good luck. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Big Piph and tomorrow maybe in Algeria. How? Lucas is going to answer this question.
We were actually told that we were coming here. We didn't even get to pick. The U.S. government decided that we were going to come to Algeria and be like cultural ambassadors. So we didn't know that we were going to come here, but when we found out, we were really happy.
Okay, and what was your first impression when you heard about Algeria? Oh my gosh, it's Africa, it's awful. Did you think about
No, not at all. I mean, I didn't know. I was kind of ignorant about what Algeria was like. I knew it was French speaking. I knew that France used to be a presence here. Other than that, I had no idea. And I'm really happy to see that the people here are really nice and warm and that everybody loves music and loves to dance. So it's been fun.
And to end this interview, you will hear our great rapper Piph teaching me how to sing. By the way, I have a horrible voice.
So this is a song called Feel Alright, and I wrote it because I actually wasn't feeling alright, right? So I wrote it from the standpoint of something was upsetting me, but I realized I have so many good things and blessings in my life that I had no reason to be upset. So the song was called Feel Alright to let me know that I always should feel alright despite what's going on. Cool. So what I need from you is to help me sing this hook. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Alright, so the hook is like this. Alright, so that's my note. So we should know first, I do not sing. I normally have singers sing, but we're gonna work this out. Me and you, duet style. Okay. So it's like I feel alright. You already know this one. You wanna do the second part already? And the second part's like, cause on my high. You remember the doo-doos? Yup. Yeah. You got me feeling like do. You dope, yeah. So like this. It goes, woo! I said time so hard, just got off the internet, looking for a job. My hustle ain't paying, so I'm feeling like my heart's coming second place if my stomach's gotta starve. Woo! I said time so rough, just watch the news, gas hitting $4. I just used to cruise, hit the slab show enough. Now I'm calling up that girl like pick a brother up. But man, swear that girl be tripping. Do less talking, more walking in the kitchen. Ain't got much food, but you can fix something for a brother. Gon' fry that bag of chicken. Then my mind clicks like all ain't bad. At least I got my mind, my health, my pad. And still shouldn't be said even if that's leaving. And now you gon' start to the singing one time. I feel alright. I'm feeling great, feeling good. I'm feeling good, feeling great. How are you? Cause I know. Right there. Said I'm on my high. Last time for the dudes. Look, hey, you got me feeling like do. right, high five that thing up.
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about.
Thank you,
Cool.
Big Biff Band.
And that was
Thank
cool.
you.
Hannah.
Thank you, dear listeners, and see you next time on Algerian Youth Voices.